Hey everybody, so today I'm going to show you how to make that synth, which is from Dyro's latest single, Leprechauns and Unicorns. So if you go ahead and create a combinator and put an instance of 4 in there, make sure the patch is initialized. You're going to want it on mono retrig, turn on the portamento and bring it down to 38. Then we're going to use 2 oscillators, both analog. So for the first one, put it on a square wave and then change the pulse width to 64. And we're going to bring the octave down to 3, and we're going to touch the tune up to 6. For oscillator 2, also going to be square, sorry. We're going to put the pulse width up to 64 again, and this time we're going to bring the tune down to -3 to give a bit of width between the 2 oscillators, and we're going to put the octave up to 5. So if you go and turn number 2 on there so it routes it to the filter, and then in the mixer we're going to just bring this oscillator 1 2 balance down to 38. So you're getting a lot more of oscillator 1 than oscillator 2. I'm going to use the soft clip shaper, just bring the drive down to 24. And the filter. So we're going to leave the frequency where it is because we're going to automate this throughout to get different textures and that clicky sound. The resonance you're going to want to bring up to 8. Leave it on 24 type 2. But we are going to bring up the envelope amount to 79, and we're going to use the filter envelope to shape the sound when this is being filtered, so you can get that clicky noise that you heard, and as the filter opens up, the sound opens up as well and becomes less clicky. So that's how you achieve that. So if we change the ADSR settings on the filter envelope so the attack going to bring to 7 milliseconds. The decay we're going to want at 316 milliseconds. Sustain we're going to want at -48 decibels, 8.2, and for the release we're just going to leave it there. Then for the amp envelope we're going to bring the attack to 11.4 milliseconds. This is the decay, sorry, we're going to bring down to 552 milliseconds. Sustain to -12, up to -12, and the release up to 507 milliseconds. Okay. Then if we turn on the chorus, in the chorus you're going to want to bring the delay down to 4.5 milliseconds. The feedback you're going to want at 20. The rate you're going to want at 0.76 Hertz. The amount you're going to want to bring down to 14. And the dry wet down to 18. And then the last thing we're going to do is use the LFO to change the pitch of these 2 oscillators to give it a bit more texture. So if you go at the LFO 1, we're going to bring up the rate to 70.6 Hertz, and that's all we're going to do actually. Leave it on sine, and then if you go down the matrix, select LFO 1 for the first 2 sources for an amount of 18 for the first one and -18 for the second one, and then the destination oscillator 1 pitch and then oscillator 2 pitch. Okay, so that's the synth. If we just play it, see what we got. Oh, it's not what I meant to do. it sounds pretty rubbish right now, but you see where it's gone, and you hear the effect that the filter has with using the filter envelope. When you go down, it gets clickier. So we're going to beef this up and make it sound nice, crispy and crunchy. So if you create a screen for distortion unit, turn it to warp and bring the damage down to 24, and then param 1 you're going to bring all the way up. Param 2 you're going to want at 115, and then just make sure the master's at 85. Then we're going to create a envelope controlled filter, and you can use this to filter out the synth without changing the texture, without making it clicky. So, and also if you just change the frequency to 115 just to cut out some of the highs as well. You could alternatively just add another filter here and do it this way, but I've done it this way, I don't know why. So yep, if you create that, and then we're going to create a vocoder. Make sure it's set to equalizer, bring the band down to 4, and the shift you're going to want to bring up to 20. And then we're going to take this 4th band level and bring it down slightly, and this band 2 level we're going to bring down a little bit, but not as much as the 4th one. And then, watch this to see. Go again closer. The next thing we're going to do is shape the frequencies a bit, because there's some muddy frequencies in there. It's not sounding all that clean yet. So if you create 2 M-class equalizers, for the first one enable all the parameters, and if you bring the low shelf down to about 90 Hz, touch the gain up to about 4 decibels, and bring the Q to about 1.4, and then if you bring param 1 frequency down to about 70, the gain up quite a bit to about 6 will do, and the Q we're going to bring down, so gain down a little bit. Let's gain down a little bit. Param 2, leave the frequency where it is. The gain up slightly with 2.9, and the Q down a little bit. And we want to bring the frequency of the high shelf all the way down. Turn up the gain to about 2.9, and put the Q all the way up. And then for the second EQ, we're just going to enable param 1 and param 2. I'm going to cut a couple of muddy frequencies around 200 mark. Just bring the gain down a bit to -4. And the Q we're going to have up to about 17. So bring the gain down a little bit more to about 5. And then for param 2, leave the frequency where it is. So cutting about 880 Hz. The gain down again to about 5, and the Q up again. Gain down a bit. So now okay, so now we're going to add a compressor. If you touch the input gain up to around 2, threshold you're going to want to set at about 13.9, ratio you're going to want nearly a 16.8 over 1, tack leave where it is, release bring all the way down, and just ever so slightly nudge up the output to about 0.9. Then last couple of things, a maximizer. All we're going to do is turn on the 4 millisecond look ahead and touch it up ever so slightly to 0.9 decibels. Finally, we're going to create a gated reverb, so create an RV7. For the size, we're going to bring it down to -49. Okay, going to bring up to 63. Damp, going to bring down to 21. And again, we're going to bring down to 9. So now, if I copy this over, I'll make this. So this, you should have the same sound. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and keep your suggestions coming in. I'll see you next time.